Great journeys often begin in the absolute silence of the earth at dawn, where every seedling is awakened by the purest dew of heaven and earth. Life sprouts from the calloused hands and the unconditional love of the farmer. Heavy footsteps have crossed countless scorched seasons, guarding every golden inch of the countryside. Time stands still at the moment man touches the fruits of sweat and tears. The wheat grain lies there, a convergence of sun, wind, and the resilience of Mother Earth. The roar of machinery cuts through the air, signaling a momentous transformation. A cascade of shimmering gold pours down, carrying the hope of abundance for every home. Chaff dust dances in the afternoon sun like final memories of the green fields. The road ahead is long, leaving the shelter of the soil to venture into the mechanical world. Each rotation of the wheel is a farewell to everything familiar. The factory gates loom large, where darkness and neon lights begin to tell a different story. Falling into the deep pit, the wheat begins its journey of shedding its old form to become something noble. In the vast darkness, the silent movement of millions of golden grains creates a heartbeat. A light touch on cold metal activates the conveyor belt of rebirth. The belt begins to groan, carrying the weight of trust and responsibility. The dance of refinement starts with violent vibrations on the steel mesh, merciless purification, shaking off all the dust and impurities of life. What is light and ethereal is swept away by an artificial gale. Only the most honest and heavy-hearted are worthy of entering the factory's core. The eye of technology scrutinizes every corner. No flaw is allowed to exist. Perfection begins with the courage to eliminate what does not belong to purity. Bathed in a mist of cool water, washing away the hardships of sun, wind, and road dust, the wheat grains now glisten like precious jewels under industrial lights. Centrifugal rotations strike away dry outer layers, preparing for a metamorphosis. In the silent tempering bin, the wheat grain is secretly absorbing strength to become resilient. The craftsman's hands adjust every drop of water, like nurturing a new life. Pressure builds. Every clock hand vibrates like the pulse of one about to enter battle. Feeling the plumpness of the grain, it is now ready for the most brutal challenges. Time passes in the hum of the ventilation system, a solemn wait. Footsteps guard the stability, silent and persistent like shadows in the workshop. Shadows of giant gears cast long, a reminder of the unyielding power of steel. The door of destiny opens, leading the grain into a crushing journey of pain. Passing through glass pipes, the wheat grain is now part of an anonymous flow. There is no mercy in the world of machines, only absolute precision. The ground shakes under the weight of giant mills operating at full capacity. The hiss of metal clashing creates a dramatic music of transformation. A hand touches a hot pipe, feeling the heat of friction and change. Entering the heart of the factory, where the wheat faces its final destiny. The hard shell begins to crack under the 1,000-pound pressure of steel rollers. A brutal collision between the hardness of steel and the soul of the grain to create something miraculous. As the shell fades, the pure white core inside begins to shine after years of being hidden. The frenzied sound of machinery is the hymn for the sacrifice of the golden grain. Look closely to see that the pain of shattering is the beginning of a new life. The white of purity begins to dominate the space, dispelling the darkness of the bran. The rough parts are pushed back, making way for smoothness and elegance to speak. Through each machine layer, the flour becomes smaller, humbler, yet more valuable. Sharp grooves on the rotating shafts are carving every flour molecule to perfection. Cruel compulsion has forged a substance as smooth as clouds and smoke. The sifter sways continuously, like an eternal dance of sifting the pure from the dross. Chains strain to bear the most terrifying vibrations of the factory. Flour falls like a snowstorm in the heart of the hot workshop, a beautiful contrast. Only the finest essence passes through these dense layers of filter mesh. A hand catches the cool stream of flour, feeling the fruit of a harsh process. That smoothness is a testament to dedication and white nights spent with the machines. Under the light, every grain of flour must ensure consistency and clarity. The final winds blow away all doubts, leaving only absolute purity. The white stream overflows, carrying hope and vitality through the space. Amidst cold steel, the flour appears as gentle as a consolation from Mother Earth. A drop of sweat falls as a human mark on the journey to conquer perfection. Hardship is hidden behind protective layers and silent hand wipes. The final rolls define the incredible smoothness of the product. The flour is now light as breath, ready to fly high thanks to the power of compressed air. Through labyrinths of pipes, the flour finds its way to the final destination. The powerful hiss of air is like a cheer of joy upon completing an important chapter. Steel blood vessels guide the way, carrying white life to every corner of the factory. Warning lights rotate in the dark, reminding of the iron discipline in food production. Pouring into giant silos, where abundance is stored for the whole world. A calm, white ocean appears, peaceful after the violent upheavals. A brief moment of silence before starting the journey to the kitchens. Science speaks to confirm that this essence meets the standards of safety. Every lab test is a commitment to the health of the community. When flour meets water, a new connection is formed, resilient and full of life. Skillful fingers knead the dough, feeling the elasticity of a new existence. Strong gluten bonding is the result of a journey of nurturing and proper processing. The perfect internal structure of the dough is ironclad evidence of premium quality. Light checks the whiteness, ensuring no blemish remains. When all indicators reach the optimum level, the craftsman's self-respect is affirmed. The fire of the final challenge burns in the oven, completing the transformation. Witnessing the dough bloom, stretching powerfully under the heat of love and passion. The crust cracks, releasing the scent of warmth and simple happiness. Warm breath rises from the fresh loaf, carrying the essence of an entire factory. The crumb is white and fluffy, soft as a cloud, a worthy result for every effort. A gentle nod from the worker, a recognition that needs no words. Numbers are recorded carefully, writing the diary of daily devotion. The red stamp is pressed down, opening the door to bring the product to millions of families. The packaging line begins its bustling rhythm. Every bag carries a mission. Empty bags are opening their hearts to receive the pure white fruit of the factory. The flow of abundance pours in, filling the gaps with true value. Each plump bag of flour is a promise of a good meal for every family. Needles pierce through the paper, stitching in the trust and quality within. Persistent white thread tightens the bag's mouth, protecting purity from external forces. Neatness and meticulousness show respect for every grain from the field. Labels are applied like a medal for a journey full of hardship. The robotic arm is absolutely precise, stacking achievements respectfully upon each other. Each pallet of flour is a brick, building the prosperity of production. Shrink wrap envelops everything, preserving integrity until it reaches the consumer. Away from the sound of machines, the bags of flour begin a long journey on the roads. In the vast warehouse, they lie waiting to fulfill their noble mission. A final ray of sunlight shines in, like a blessing of peace for the trip ahead. The truck starts, white exhaust blending into the night mist, carrying the hope of many. Shoulders bear the weight of life, bringing flour to the most remote areas. The truck rolls away into the darkness, carrying the light of abundance afar. Arriving at small shops, where flour begins to touch everyday life. A mother's hands receive it, feeling the warmth sent from the factory into each bag. A passionate aroma spreads as the bag opens, the smell of Mother Earth and labor, measuring love into each bowl of flour, preparing for the family reunion meal. Kneading small dreams, creating the shapes of happiness. Flour sticks to the hands, like the tight bond between man and the essence of heaven and earth. A smile blooms on the lips, dispelling all fatigue after a long, hard day. Each pastry shaped is a work of art of love. Heat from the stove warms the house, blending with the seductive scent of cooked dough. In the misty steam, happiness appears so simple and close. Tiny hands eagerly receive the first sweet taste of the wheat grain. A shared piece of cake, bonding the affection between humans and small creatures. Shimmering yellow lights end one cycle of the grain, starting a new life. The factory now falls asleep, preparing energy for tomorrow's batches. The sound of machines fades into the void, leaving the peaceful silence of the soul. A new seed begins to sprout, continuing the eternal story of rebirth. All-purpose flour, essence of Mother Earth,